the way we handle family business. This all has to be handled correctly.
Welcome to the Holy Shhh Podcast. It's your boy ABE from DET.
It's your boy Ron T, the icon.
OCJ, Chuck Jordan. And y'all know me, it's your boy King Coach, man. What's good?
What's good, man? How everybody feeling today? How everybody doing, man?
Good, I'm good.
Everybody good?
Traffic is crazy today.
Living life and loving it.
The book is now available. Hard copy. Tell them about it, Coach.
Listen, it's an easy read. It's a good read, and it's really close to reality, right? Name changes, situation changes. I don't want no legal issues, but you can definitely relate to a lot of the stories in here. It's just a book full of short stories. Little backstory. Let me give you a little backstory. I grew up in the strip club. I was doing security before I was old enough to get in.
In the strip club?
In the strip club.
It's crazy.
I was throwing people out before I was old enough to actually be able to get in. But I did that for about, I want to say 8 to 10 years of my life. And it was at the hottest strip club in Detroit. So if you ever been to Detroit, you know which strip club I'm talking about.
You said no names.
I've seen some things. You know what I'm saying? From left to right, I've seen some things, and it just, triggered me to put it down in some ways. And, some of it is kind of embellished, but listen, it's a great read. Go get it, man. Go get it. Amazon right now.
Amazon right now.
Don't play with it. Don't play with it.
Definitely. Wanted to start the show off on a different note. A fan, we got a good fan base, man. I love every one of y'all, but one in
Shout out to
particular,
fans.
he wrote me, and I offered him a spot on the show. I said, why don't you come on? You comment all the time. You talk about wrestling. Come on and join us. And he was intimidated. He said, I don't want to come on, man, because I got a lot of things going on in my life. I got anxiety, and y'all just seem so happy. Everything always good. And it got me thinking about how the internet works. It can be dangerous at times. People see the best moments. Like a woman will see another girl post a clip, but they don't understand that's the best moment. You may see our reels and see all of our little comedic stuff and just think we happy all the time. Yeah. So I just wanted to flip the script a little bit today and just talk about what's not going right in your life. You know what I mean? If it's something that's not going right in your life, something making you sad, we could just talk about that, man. Show people just the other side of the internet and not the polished side that they always get from everybody. Something that's bothering you. And also, how are you dealing with it, I'll start off if y'all want. I know I just hit y'all with that out the blue. But one thing that's been bothering me a little bit lately, I got 3 kids. My daughter, she's very healthy, extreme human, I should say. She's flourishing. But I got 2 boys that my younger boys, they have autism. And lately, I've taken them to ABA therapy, and it's been this one aide who they just kind of don't want to deal with. It's a guy, and they kind of fear him when I pull up to the thing. Now, I know the guy, and I know that he's a good person, but it's a place full of women. And my sons need men to, like me, just to be like, hey, you can't do that. And sometimes they don't like that, and they might shun away. But I just kind of been dealing with my boys not talking. It puts me in a situation, what if they are being hurt? Or what if something is going on, and I just have no clue? And that's just been something I've been dealing with a little bit lately that's been just stressing me out like crazy, because my daughter, when somebody's picking on her, they really don't. She's the bully. But if somebody was ever picking on her, she would come home. She could tell me. We could fix the situation. But it's just rough, man. And the second part of that question, how am I dealing with it? I don't think I'm dealing with it well. I think a lot of times it makes me cold to other people's issues, especially other parents, when they come tell me something and I'm just like, oh, my kid did. Like I think Ron the other day we was talking, you said, my daughter didn't wash the dishes right. Well, in my head, I'm like, well, at least she can. Give her a break, So it makes me a little empathetic. I'm still trying to work through that. But, just showing people we human too, man. We go through things. So that's just something I've been dealing with a little bit. Anybody next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
Lost my house, but stay at my mom's house. Kids' mom moved out of state, so I only get them in the summers. And I also suffer from chronic depression, which just hits me randomly. Like I can literally, everything is going great, and it's happened before where I had a house party, and everything was going great. I literally went downstairs to get some cups. And in that moment of me just being down there, I didn't want to go back to the party. I left my own function and was driving away feeling like no one loved me and the world was against me. And everybody at the house was there because it was my birthday. And I left because I didn't want to be there no more. And as I'm leaving, the further and further I got, I was like, no one loves me, no one gives a shit. And sometimes it's like, I'd be borderline suicidal, but I tattooed my name and my kids on me to remind me that somebody's out there that does love me. So that way I'm not suicidal anymore. But, man, just sometimes I just got to, like, call my mom or my dad or cousins that know that I'm dealing with to be like, or just even just call friends and be like, hey, I just need somebody just to talk to. Like, I don't really need to say shit. I need to know somebody's there. And they be like, all right, man, you know we here. But I'm like, that shit just hits me like an anvil. But it's like, once I get past it, then I go back to being like this fun beacon of positivity. But it's like, it is so hard mentally to get out of your own way. And another thing I mess with is my weight issue. But it's like, I used to get bullied a lot. And the bigger I got, people, I don't want to say like feared me, but it was like people stopped messing with me. So sometimes it's like, I know being big is bad, but I don't get messed with no more.
Right, I see what you mean.
So it's like, do I really want to lose the weight? But then I'm like, no, I got to be healthy for my kids. I got to be healthy for grandkids. So it's like, all right, then I'll get back in the gym. And then
just turn it into muscle.
I'm just saying, but mentally, because of my other mental issues I have, sometimes those old thoughts or feelings, or I'll see certain people to be like, oh, you remind me of this, and this remind me of that, and you remember when this, and I'm like, I don't want to go back to that. So then I'll go revert back to comfortability, if you will.
I know the weight issue is a process, but it's good that at least with the anxiety and the depression, like you said, you got the tattoo, you got the reminder. It's always good, like we say, even though you're going through something, how do you cope with it? That's like the second part of the question. So it's great that you got a way to cope with it. Some people, they just sit in it, man.
You got to get the Holy Shhh tattoo now, so you can.
I was actually gonna tell y'all, if y'all see the OCJ chain, I told Abe when I came up with the idea, I wanted to switch his RR to HS. But how he put it together, I was like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Once I get some money, I'm getting that made as a chain. Because that piece looks hard as. I can't even think of a way to cuss without cussing, but that mother lover is hard. Hey, you did your thing on that. I was like, that HS looks hard.
Wait till the next one. But Coach, what about you? Anything been on your soul lately?
Man, listen, I come from a issued family upbringing type situation, so a lot of times I've learned how to use things that do kind of hurt into a positive. So it'd be hard to actually. I'm an open book, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But one thing that still be on my mind is a couple of years ago now, I lost my grandbaby at 5 months old to, they call it SIDS. So when you hear the word SIDS, for me, I'm in two different places because that just means I don't know what it was. I don't know what happened. He's just not here no more, right? And sometimes you get to yourself where you're like, yo, I'm kind of still a street dude a little bit. I want somebody to pay for this, but there's nobody to pay for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So then you start looking at God differently.
Man.
Right? So I'm very spiritual. I pray daily. And I got an acronym. It's called PUSH. That means pray until something happens. Right? So some people just pray and stop. So I prayed until something happened, and God gave me a story out of the Bible that helps me on a daily basis. And the story was Jesus' right hand man. His name was Simon, and he was out with Jesus daily. They was performing miracles, and he was watching this, that, and the third. And it was time for them to kind of relax. And he was about to go back to the house with his wife, who was pregnant, and she had lost the baby while he was out on the road. So when he got back and he found that out, and he started to look at Jesus different, like, yo, I'm with you on a daily basis. Why you couldn't do what you doing for them, for me, and I'm your right-hand man, right? So that made me look at it like, oh, if you let your right-hand man go through it, it's got to be for a reason. because I'm out here trying to live like I think you want us to live too. So it's got to be for a reason. So it helped me keep going. You know what I'm saying? But situations like that, especially when you are one who are a problem solver, like that's my thing. I saw a problem, and you see your kids go through, feel that type of pain. But it's really literally nothing you can do other than be there and let them know, like, look, we gonna get through this too. You know what I mean? So my thing is, I just try to stay prayed up, stay focused, and focus on like the best part of things, right?
Right.
The hardest part was that we lost him the day before my birthday.
I remember.
So it's a milestone every time. You know what I'm saying? It's like a
comes
reminder every time my birthday come up. How do you celebrate one without falling into a slump for the other? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So me being as public as I am, it actually helps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I talk about it with whoever, to whoever, from everything, from my relationships with my wife to my kids to everything. So I'm an open book. So that's the part that helped me cope, is just by getting it out and talking and helping other people not get into the funk that I was in.
That's the key, man. Having a way to cope with whatever you're going through.
Another way to look at that, though, too, every time your birthday come up, you got that guardian angel that helps you get to the next year. So that's the way to think about it as well. For me, everything's great now. I'm joking.
Everything is awesome.
No, I think I'm dealing with what a lot of people are dealing with, just trying to get out of that financial situation of paying back debt. I made a decision to get rid of all of my credit cards, go through a payment process of slowly paying it down, and it's going to take a couple years, but I don't have a lot of extra money to do anything with. So I'm holding on to probably about $100 every check to where I got some wiggle room for anything. And it's kind of hard when you don't have a savings. But I know on the other end of it is going to be financial freedom. So just trying to stay vigilant and stay on path and know that I have faith that I was put on this path for a reason. There's something better at the end of it. Not being able to do stuff for your kids when they ask for it because you don't have the money is always hard.
That's hard, man.
To just tell them, I'm sorry, we can't do it.
Especially when they're good kids. They come home with some straight A's
Absolutely.
And you can't. That is difficult. So I know your pain with that, bro.
Yeah. So I just know that there is something better on the other end of this, and I just try to stay focused. Put a little bit aside as I can, so when I do have like a lump sum or something, we can do something. But it's few and far between. But it's the life of being a normal citizen at this point right now. So
especially with all these tariffs and all eggs, $20, man.
I'm about to start farming in my backyard.
I already am. I already am. I just started, man. Me and my neighbor.
The funnest thing to do is to go to Walmart and just shoplift and run and see who get away and who don't. Take the kids with you, though. Take the kids with you.
Do not do that. Do not do what he just said. But it's funny that you said that because somebody had asked, they was like, all your homeboys be wearing glasses. You used to wear them, why you stopped? And I was like, somebody once said, they was like, oh, y'all hiding behind the glasses. And I'm like, well, I want you to see the pain in my eyes. And I just stopped wearing them. I want you to see me. I want you to look me dead in the eyes and see that I'm human like you are.
Y'all not going to see my eyes.
You'll never see my eyes.
You'll never see my eyes.
I'm not human.
These guys are superheroes, but I'm like
never
y'all.
See my eyes, man. I got to keep everything separate. This is a gimmick. Yeah, man. So to that fan out there, hopefully this is a glimpse into our world. We all normal. We all go through things. Don't be looking at our 1-minute clips. I go through a whole 2-hour show and I look for that one funny moment. So when I post that, just don't look at that like that's our live. And for girls out there who are looking at these IG models and you see them posting their best picture, it might have took them all day to get that one shot. Listen, so you never know what people going through.
Social media is a vacation.
Yes.
When you go on vacation, you're in the hotel, you're going to places that you probably wouldn't go to when you're at the crib. You're enjoying life at that moment. So it's a vacation.
Definitely.
And you're supposed to look good and have fun on your vacation.
Yeah.
Right? At some point, social media became it thing, the icon of life, and that's not necessarily it.
Yeah.
Talk about it. But that's not necessarily it, right? It's just the turning point of how your life is fun. It's what you want. It's what you want to do.
Right.
She probably gonna hate me for saying this, but I ain't gonna say no names. But my homegirl, we did a photo shoot for her.
Shout out Rebecca.
And when I say the cameraman goes, he's taking like multiple pictures back to back as she's doing these poses. We literally went through thousands of photos to get one.
Yeah, I do that too.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you see her photos online, you be like, oh, she bad. But I'm telling y'all, she goes through thousands to pick the one.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say no names because she probably be like, you mother. I'm not gonna disclose your name.
Right. Well, let's get off the emotional roller coaster and talk about some pro wrestling. Let's get into this one topic. Samantha Irving dropped a new music video. Oh my Lord, sweet baby Jesus. Ricochet, you are the winner, sir. But let's get y'all opinions on her new music career. She done left the WWE. How you feel about it? Coach, you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I do want to talk about it, man.
How you feel about Samantha Irving?
Man, listen, I'm gonna be a little bit harsh.
Oh, man.
Not just with just Samantha, but just music and hip hop in general at this precise moment. Sorry, Samantha. I love you. You know what I'm saying? As a human, you did your thing in WWE. Suck. But here's why. Women today and probably forever, they have it easy, right? You don't have to sound good. You don't have to. All you got to do is put on some lingerie and go on there, and it's not good, man. It's just not good. Please don't tell me y'all thought it was good, but I'm gonna say it just was not good. I was just listening to Sexy Red on my way here, and it's just not good, bro. I just don't understand what I'm missing here.
Before you start, can I get this camera here? The thoughts of Coach DTM do not relay the thoughts of the Holy Shhh Podcast.
Not at all.
These are
Not at
his
all.
thoughts and only his thoughts.
Just his.
But Ryan T, your thoughts?
I also own a record label, Icon Music Company. There we go. And as a record executive, the first 3 or 4 seconds of the clip, I'm like, and then I kept listening to the rest of it, and it actually sounds really good. She also has a really good voice. I actually like the sound of it. I don't know if you just watched the clip that was online or if you listened to the whole song. The whole song actually got a whole vibe to it.
Yeah, the song
So just that first few minutes of the clip, I thought it was going to be cheesy,
But
corny.
that's what they wanted you to see, right? So that's what she posted. That's what she wanted. So
But
that's
the 3
the narrative
seconds,
that she was pushing.
3 or 4 seconds of the first 3 or 4 seconds. As it went on, I'm like, oh, okay. And then I listened to the whole thing, and I'm like, oh, this song is pretty dope. She learns how it has like a, I hate to keep saying it's an NDIRE feel, but it's more like a little bit of an NDIRE feel type to it, almost. Yeah. So it's actually pretty good. It's pretty good. I would suggest listening to the whole song.
So are you telling me that you didn't think that she was the Ice JJ Fish with lingerie on and she looked
Ice
good?
JJ Fish.
No, because she can sing.
You are left field with this.
Look, first, what Abe said before, Coach is on an island by himself. I am not on that island. I know I'm usually on an island, but that island I am not on.
That was the island of irrelevancy. That's what that was.
If you would have closed your eyes and just listened.
I did.
You telling me you would have felt the same way that you portraying that you feel now?
I've heard the song 3 times.
Yeah, I've heard it.
Well, the
And
first
my
time,
honest
once you
opinion-
see it, whether you close
I'll
your eyes
tell you
or
what,
not,
Now,
you
my
see
honest opinion, I will tell you one thing. I did like the song, but I did feel like she should have did like more of a
Ballad.
ballad like Coco Jones or Summer Walker,
Yeah.
like something
It
to
might have
really
came off different
really
that way.
show off her singing abilities.
Yeah, it may have came off
Where
different
this
that way,
one was
but
kind of more like a upbeat poppy sound. So it was like, I get where they're going with it. And as an artist, you know, sometimes you, especially when we're getting ready for the summer, you want more of an upbeat song. But I don't think she's one of those upbeat singers.
where are you listening to
I
this song
agree
at?
with that.
Huh?
Where are you listening to the song at? What is it doing for your spirit? What
But
are you going with?
That's what I'm saying.
You're
I don't
not
think
finna ride to it.
I'm saying the
You're
song.
If
not
I'm
finna
with
be
my wife,
barbecuing. You're not putting
that's
it on.
something I play.
Unless
Yeah.
you mad at her and you just trying to visualize the part of the video. And you like, you know what? Yeah, that's the part where Samantha did the little cheat thing. It's just not good. It's a cheat code for women. All you got to do is have
So
a nice
you're talking about
body.
with the visual involved. So if you would have just
Correct.
listened to the song,
I would have turned it off. I'm not wasting my time on mediocrity. Is what I say. It's not. It was not. So compare it. Compare this
to
song.
Sexy Red the whole way here.
No. I never said the whole way here. I said it came up on my Apple Music that she had a new song. I hit play, and then I gave it maybe 4 seconds, and I said, "Oh my God, no!
I can't do Sexy Red either."
4. That's all you get. But what I'm saying
Sexy
is, compare this song, right?
4. You
to
can't hear it
her
before.
performance in the ring announcing.
Well, I was talking
That's
about
why I
her
said I feel like she
performance.
should have did a
That's
ballad.
unfair. That's a body of work.
Yeah,
I
if
got
you want
just
to
take one-
compare it
just
to
take
her
one.
and singing the national anthem, which she kills every single time.
Yeah.
That's
She
why I
shows
said
her
she should've
vocals
did a
on the
ballad.
scene. So to put her in the category of Ice JJ Fix,
That's
Fix
wild.
is is
So
a
she
slap
got
in
the
the
wrong
face.
people in her corner, making her push
Well,
the wrong
this
song.
particular song-
That's why I said it depend on the song. Because
Yeah.
for me, it's like just like Ella May. I forgot her first song, but I didn't really like it. But I thought it was a good song. But her follow up was more of the
Right.
ooh, really showed her range, and that's why I was saying for Samantha, I think she needs something to show her range, show her vocal ability, something slower.
This what I.
But like I said, I get it because we're getting ready for the summer.
Yeah.
And most people usually try to put all the upbeat songs on right now.
Yeah.
Right.
I know I just did it with 4-piece. I got a lot of songs that are slower, but I'm like, I don't want to drop it right now because we're getting ready for the summer. I want something that's going to be more a little upbeat, more up-tempo.
So
Something that you're going to ride to in the spring or summertime.
with you just dropped 4 pieces. It's
4.
available right now on
Shameless
iTunes.
plug.
Make sure you go get that. Listen, when you listen to that song, right, and then what's the name of, if you can remember, the very first song you did?
Chef Boy Chuck?
What's the comparison?
Growth.
Major growth, right?
Definitely.
This song that Samantha did
It's her first
sounds
one.
like it, but it sounds like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm not-
I get what you're saying
It
with that.
sounds like it.
Like
Right.
it's their first song.
So when you hear somebody, it's almost like when T.I. started doing comedy.
Right.
Oh,
He
God.
was getting mutilated online, but for it.
Before Coach dig himself in a hole, let's get off this topic.
it just hurt my feelings.
So you could say that I didn't like this particular song, but I am positive, or I am being optimistic about what her growth might be.
I'm
I'm not saying that. I'm saying show me better than they can tell me, because
All
what
right,
you did
Samantha.
put out wasn't it.
He
I know
said,
you, listen,
"Give us another one." That's what he
Yeah,
said.
give us
another one.
Ricochet, you the husband, right? Don't let her go out here like this. Don't let the record people just tell her what to do. You
Ricochet,
help,
don't
you
listen
step
to
in.
him. Don't listen to him. I
You
love
step
it.
in.
Tell her
He
it was
did not love
incredible,
it.
and she deserves a Grammy.
Hey,
I
love you.
No,
Hey,
a grandma,
different
like
strokes.
grandma. Like
it's
so my
different
grandma.
strokes for
But
different
let's keep this train rolling. We talking
go.
about impact, reactions. Let's bring up the importance of promos in professional wrestling nowadays. Back in the day, it wasn't about entertainment. It was a sport. It was wrestling.
Yeah.
What can you do in that square circle? But we have transitioned into this new world where you really don't even have to wrestle if you can talk. And I'm gonna say, hints to one of the greatest ever in this era doing that, John Cena. Cody Rhodes wasn't lying last week and he said you can't wrestle. He can't, but you know what he can do? He can cut a goddamn promo better than anybody in the business, and that's what made him, 16, 17, about to break the record, possibly at WrestleMania, one of the greatest champions ever, off of his promo. So I just want to have a discussion about, Chuck, let's start with you. How you feel about the evolution of promos in professional wrestling and the importance of them?
I feel like some of the greatest promos nowadays, they get slept on.
Yeah.
And most of the wrestlers who can cut a good promo aren't really the guys who's getting over. Somehow it's the complete opposite. It's I can barely talk, I can barely wrestle sometimes, but I just got something about me. It's some of the it factor where they just keep force feeding me, even though this guy can talk, this guy can wrestle, and yet he's in catering.
Right.
Like I think Escobar is a phenomenal talker.
Mm-hmm.
Cuts a hella promo, can wrestle. Why is he still in catering?
That's a minority discussion, and I'm not going to get into today.
Oh, I can pick another one. But that was the first one that just came to mind.
I think it's they don't know how to book like smaller guys for some reason.
Man.
Like shorter guys, they don't know how to. I don't know why. For some reason, they can't book the cruiserweights at all. Anybody that's a cruiserweight, they're lost.
Right.
Sound like that should
They
be a
booked Finn
position.
Balor.
Finn Balor?
Finn is short.
They don't know how to book
They
Finn
don't know how to
either.
book Finn.
They
What are you
used to
talking
book
about?
him great.
They
Yeah, they
used
used
to.
to, yeah.
Used to. Coach, how you feel about promos and the importance of them today?
Man, I think promos is life. Not even just in wrestling, but just in life, period.
Yeah.
Like, promos is life. Like, literally everything that you do is a walking promo due to social media,
Yeah.
right? So it stops you. It's a lot of guys back in the day who probably had the skills, but it was overlooked because there wasn't no social media. It wasn't no way for us to see it on a regular basis. So now promos is really personality. Like, let me see what your personality is really like.
Right.
And for most of these guys, I believe the promo become them. You know what I'm saying? Like, because of social media. Like, you got to be this person 24/7. Ain't no turning it off. Like we talked about a few pods ago, Dom. Mm-hmm. Dom would be one of the walking billboards for promos because he never turns it off.
Yeah.
I just be looking, and I was talking to my wife. I said, man, they like at the Eiffel Tower or something. They him and Liv, and I'm like, I know his wife got to be like, yo,
Yeah, you bugging.
right? But it's promo, and you got to keep it going. I love it, man.
And
I
sometimes
love it.
promo not even just the words. He coming out with fur boots now. They hate him even more for that. You know what I mean?
I feel bad for Dom though, because he got to pull double duty. Because whatever, like you said, the Eiffel Tower, best believe his wife like, now you better take
No,
me.
I take me. But she might have been the one taking the picture.
She
You
might,
don't
yeah.
know.
That's possible too.
I will say, as far as promos, that I've realized is the people who can cut a good promo, the fans are behind. It's just the company may not be pushing them. Like our girl Roxanne Perez.
LA Knight.
Yeah.
I'm not saying no LA Knight, but Roxanne can cut a hell of a promo.
Right.
And fans are really up. I know I've been outraged about her losing spree, but it's like
Just recently.
the fans get behind you when you can cut a good promo. Like even back when John Cena was wrestling, a lot of fans loved him because
He tipped back when he was wrestling. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That was a low key string.
Right. Go ahead.
Yeah.
back when he was wrestling, a lot of fans was a fan of him because even like me and you going at it.
Yeah.
But I just cut this hell of a promo, so now the fans are like, I mean, this guy got him,
Right.
and now I want you to win, even if you are just a five moves of doom. But it's like, now I'm backing you because it's like, oh man, he got to win. He cut that great promo, which is the reason I always thought Brock Lesnar had the best of both worlds because I don't have to talk. I have the greatest
Paul
promo
Heyman,
man to talk for
exactly.
me.
Right.
Was,
I don't have to speak.
So the funny thing to me is that you think about how promos were back in the day. The more over the top it was, the better. If you look at some of them old Macho Man and Ultimate Warrior promos and stuff, I'm like, these guys look like they was on drugs.
Yeah.
They were.
Yeah, they were.
They were.
And they looked like it. So,
Right.
and a lot of times the promos didn't make sense, but they were over the top character. And I think it was a transition happened during the pandemic to when Roman Reigns used
I think it
to.
was before then, though.
Well, it was, but
I
it
think
really.
The Rock and John Cena might have been the ones to
but
turn that on.
I think it changed a little bit more to where they became more cinematic during because they didn't have an audience.
Right.
So Roman Reigns used to talk directly to the camera, which used to be taboo back in the day. You couldn't talk to the camera. So he started talking directly to the camera because he's connected with the people at home because that's all you have.
Right.
So now promo skills with cinematics has become the new thing. So if you can pull that off, then you're off to the races, basically.
Can I get one of your favorite promos of all time?
Oh, man. There's a lot of really good promos. I think that Karrion Kross has cut some excellent promos.
Oh, my God. Come on, man.
But no,
Where are
I'm
you
just
going
saying-
with this?
No.
I said of all time.
No, but I said of all time. But now I say he's cut some really good promos. But one that kind of stands out to me and I keep seeing circulated was John Cena versus Seth Rollins. When he was in the ring and he was telling him that
United States title. Yeah, I remember.
yeah,
that. Okay,
he told him he told him that he's never been Triple H's bitch, but tomorrow night I'm gonna make you mine. Like just the way he closed it, he told him that you'll never be nothing but a footnote in history as who did John Cena beat to be the 16-time WWE champion? Just like that whole thing was like a masterclass of promos. So that's one of my favorites.
Well, you got Chuck.
I got to go with RIP, Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt cut some of the most masterful promos ever. Like, I can't even think of just one because It was like a series of them.
Yeah.
But before him, when you said like looking at the camera was taboo. One of my favorite wrestlers as a kid looked directly at the camera, was like, I may not be the best. I mean, much more. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
And he just walked. I was like, Mankind couldn't do no wrong. Yeah. But he looked directly at the camera like, and I'm like, I'm with you, Kind. I'm with you.
Yeah, right. What you got, Coach?
I'm with you, Foley.
I'm going to have to second that with Chuck and say the Bray Wyatt, man. Bray Wyatt definitely cut some of the best promos. But other than that.
Heartfelt promos, too.
Other than that, any promo that hits reality.
Yeah.
That's the one that get it for me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have a specific one, but anyone that hits reality of something that may be going on, like, right now in your life or whatever, and somebody tap in on that, it's the best ones. I feel like once they let you off your leash and let you do what you want to do, how you want to do it, it comes off so natural and so much more just powerful. Like, wow, that's crazy. You said that?
Right.
Wow.
It's funny you said it like that because my favorite promo, it hit home with me. Me and my brother, we don't have the best relationship. So my favorite promo of all time, Double or Nothing, Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes after the
I didn't
match.
know it was going to come back to Cody.
It always does. You know it always does. That's my guy. But after this incredible match, which is also in my top 3 matches of all time, it was just a great match. And at the end, he said he had a tag team match coming up. He didn't need a friend. He didn't need a partner. He needed his older brother. It wasn't a dry eye in the building. To me, that was one of the greatest, if not the greatest promo of all time. Yes, you knew I was bringing up my guy, Cody, man. What are you talking about here?
I mean, I could have went with the,
LA
my name's Joe. But I didn't go there.
I thought you were. I thought we was going to get some Roman, Succotash, one of those.
I had to go with the great one, man. Bray Wyatt, man.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt. Promos are incredible. And it got me thinking, the two of you, when we on our lives, you cut incredible promos. So I got a challenge here. I want you the two of you, to cut a promo on this individual. I want to see how well you can handle it. His name.
I feel like I'm about to catch a stray.
This is Woody.
Oh.
From the Toy Story. You might know him, you might not. But you got to match with this son of a bitch at WrestleMania. My name's Woody. Yeah, he told you. Chuck, what do you got to say to him?
So, Cowboy, this afternoon, when we get in the ring, I'm going to put more stitches in you than you ever had been stitched. And that string of yours is going to get pulled as I get the 1, 2, 3 to become champion. And then I'm going to take that Andy off your foot, take that hat, and shove it 3 ways to Sunday. Woo!
God damn. Okay. Coach, can you, let's get Woody a chance to talk. Oh, shut up, man. You gotta be tough, bitch. Okay, all right, that is enough. Okay. Coach, what you gotta say to Woody?
I don't know if I'm a match Chuck, man. But listen, the only Woody that ever mattered is in my pants. So that lets you know right now that you have nothing here.
Super Bowl.
You have nothing going here.
What?
You have nothing going here. Andy don't want you either. So it's gonna go down. Nino Brown.
Damn, Andy don't want him. You pulling
Bro,
a damn
he got a
Tiffany.
prison promo.
Right.
Dog.
What the hell? Andy's his hero. How are you? Damn. But anyway, man. Shout out Woody.
Why
Sorry,
Andy
Woody.
in my DM? No.
Whoa, pause.
Stop.
What my man what my man said, listen, I don't succumb to all of that pause situation that y'all like to come to.
Oh, man.
This reminds me of what was that? When we said the coach spin the wheel, Pat Patterson. God,
Oh, man. Funny you bringing up Pat Patterson. We talk about promos. Let's talk about, do you guys think current wrestlers could survive in the past and vice versa? Could some of the old school wrestlers, could they translate in today's audience? Ryan, your thoughts on that?
I think yes and no.
Okay.
There's a few. There are some people that were like Macho Man. Macho Man would be good right now. He could still do it. He could still pull it off because Macho Man adapted. Certain people, like as we see right now, Hulk Hogan, he wouldn't because he doesn't know how to adapt. He was the same thing. Once he hit the NWO, that was like his peak, and he just never moved away from that. So there's no evolving outside of the outside stuff. I think somebody like Ultimate Warrior, he might have fizzled out just simply because he was like one thing, and I don't think he couldn't talk.
He couldn't talk. Yeah.
So I think a lot of times now people focus in if they can talk. Like Ricochet is great in the ring. His biggest criticism and why he can't get over with some people is because he can't cut a real good promo. He's getting better at it, but he's still not really good, and that's been his weakness throughout. So,
Coach, how you feel about it?
I agree. I feel like so the ones who couldn't talk back in the day would definitely have to team up with somebody who could. They would have to be like a Paul Heyman guy or find somebody else.
Jimmy Hart.
Yeah, or go get Enzo. You know, maybe Enzo won't wrestle. He just come in and hype up the crowd and get, do the promo for it. But there's some of today that I don't think would last back then because it was definitely more physical.
Yeah,
you
it
know,
was a size.
Yeah,
you couldn't be a little guy.
You had to be, you had to be pumped with it. You had to be, physically fit. For the one for back in the day, lasting today, I'm gonna say they probably had shorter tempers back then.
Yeah.
Because it was no social media, so nobody was in your business.
Yeah.
So I can be one thing in the ring and go home and be something totally different. So like
a lot of these guys get canceled.
Yeah, most definitely. I don't even want to say his name. We said it once before on a couple other pods, but his life would have been something totally different had there been social media like it is now.
Right.
The individual who did some dumb stuff with his whole family. But he wouldn't last in today's because everybody's nosy now.
Yeah, yeah.
So how can you handle it if you nosy? If you racist, you can't hide that 24/7.
You can't hide it nowadays. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Somebody gonna catch you on camera.
Somebody gonna care. If you sexist, you can't hide that. If you got an issue with the LBG, you can't hide that today.
You gonna have you better say them words right.
LBGTQ.
Thank you.
Plus.
You gonna have
I ain't gonna say all of them. Too many of them.
He said the alphabet.
I could have said the alphabet, but that would have been another disrespectful line. Right. So the community know. Hey, I love y'all.
How you feel about it, Chuck?
It's sad because it's like I think certain guys now would actually do better in the olden days time, where like I think Gunther would really get off.
Definitely.
In older time, where now it's like he's kind of boring to us now because we're so fast food. We want everything to be processed now. Like, come on.
So my question with that Gunther thing.
What I was gonna say is Braun Breaker. I think would be amazing anytime.
Oh, yeah, he'd have killed it.
Yeah. Braun Breaker can be great anytime.
Yeah.
And I even think like some of the older guys like Booker T, Austin, they would do great right now.
Yeah.
And then even like some guys where they're still like on their last leg. R-Truth, Sting.
Mm-hmm.
They can be great anytime.
Yeah.
They can cut a promo. They can wrestle. It's like certain guys, it doesn't matter. And then certain guys is like, you're not making it, son.
Right.
I think I keep bringing up LA Knight because but same thing with LA Knight. He's an old school type of wrestler. He can talk and he can perform a little bit in the ring, but I think just his style would have fit.
Why you had to just say a little bit? Like
you don't
feel it in your loins?
No, it's just a little bit.
No,
you don't feel it in your loins.
Well, he's just he's kind of an old school type of wrestler.
Yes, he is.
But my question is with Gunther, do you think that him being separated from Kaiser was a mistake?
Yes.
I think it was too, because I think Kaiser brought kind of more of the charisma to Gunther, so where he didn't have to talk as much, because Kaiser did a lot of the talking.
It's the same with a lot of people, but I was gonna say the same with like Charlotte Flair. I personally love Charlotte when Rick was with her.
Mm.
Not only just because you've seen the proudness on Rick's face, but like I keep saying, if you go back and watch a lot of those times, she could do no wrong because Rick took all the deflection.
Yeah.
Right.
No matter what you said about his daughter, he stood up, was like, it don't fucking matter. She's my kid. Like when they was like, oh well, she's getting handed all these titles. Of course she is. She's my kid.
But back to the topic, you bringing up Charlotte though. I wanted to just speak on. It's a few wrestlers who I think can just drift throughout time.
I was gonna say women.
Charlotte is 1,000% one of them. She can drift through time.
I was gonna say with women, I think a lot of like the 4 horsewomen. I don't know much more about the. I think they would be able to wrestle. I don't know if the times will admit some of the black wrestlers to go back in time. But as of right now, this is the best women's look. And I think, like, even with, like, most of them are minorities, but it's like Toni Storm can wrestle anytime.
Yeah.
Charlotte can wrestle anytime. And a lot of the black Mexican wrestlers, they can wrestle anytime, but it's like
they wouldn't get
racism
the same,
may not let them in the door. Like Roxanne is great. I think she'd be great anytime, but would they let her in the door is a different thing. But if they did, she's great.
It's like I was saying.
It's funny that he talk about like the women wrestlers because there was a movie that came out recently called I think it's called Queen of the Ring or something like that, where a lot of female wrestlers like Toni Storm, where it was in the movie. And just the style of wrestling back then, I really think that the women wrestling today would fit in that style as well. So
definitely, it's not too much TNA. Everything is like more womenly, so it definitely would. But like I was saying, Charlotte, she can drift through time. I think Cena actually would be better in the past just because of the way he wrestles is more simple. But the number one person who I believe can drift through time with ease, he's the number one guy now. He'll be the number one guy back then.
Roman Reigns?
That's an American nightmare.
Roman Reigns.
Rhodes.
Roman Reigns.
His whole American gimmick.
Roman
the way
Reigns.
he speaks, that's how they used to speak back in the day. He learned from his dad.
So what
I
would
thought
have been
you was
his?
gonna say
What would have been his
Grande
gimmick change?
Americano.
then? What would have been his gimmick change? Because it was already
Nothing.
it was already an American.
He would have
pusher.
out-trumped that American pusher, and he'd have been the number one guy. That's just the way I feel about
I thought
it.
he was gonna say.
That's the
I thought
way
he
I
was gonna say
feel
El
about it.
Grande Americano. That's what I thought.
He
was
would have
going.
too. He would have too. I could have seen that happening as well.
I want to see him and Chad go.
Gable have a good match. Yeah, that would be a good match.
That'd be a good one.
You know, I was looking at remember I forgot the group name, but when Batista and Ray was a group, I think if Penta.
Oh yeah.
When I was looking at Penta and Braun Breaker the other day, I was like, if that was a tag team, that would be just like that.
Yeah.
That would give you like
like that.
remembrance.
Let's keep
I
this
don't
on
really
track.
like it. I'm
Let's
just
keep
saying,
this
I
on
just
track
got
before
the
we get a
glimpse.
little too off track here. Next up, we talking about how important promos are. Another key thing that is important with the promo, you got to have that music. When that music hit, something about Stone Cold, when the glass break, when the rock is when you hear it, you know some shit is about to happen. So can we talk about some of the greatest entrance music of all time? Chuck, let's get your opinion first. Get yours out the way. You run over everybody
Oh,
talking.
you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, D-Generation X proudly presents you the greatest tag team champions of the world. The Road Dogg, Jesse James, Badass Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws.
And if you ain't down with that, we got 2 words for you.
Suck it!
Yeah.
That's mine.
That was a hell of an intro. You gave him a
mine.
whole spiel.
That's mine.
But for those who don't know, that's the New Age Outlaws,
That
one
was
of the
mine.
greatest tag teams of all time. Coach, your entrance music.
Man, my interest would be any Triple H entrance from WrestleManias.
Ooh.
Because he stepped up a whole nother level with the music and just the. I think he may have started like the
Yeah,
live
he had
band.
the whole budget in his pocket.
Yeah.
He had all the pyro.
Yeah, show him. So let him see
Yeah.
it. Let him see it. But yeah, that would
Didn't he come out with the Terminators at
Yeah, he
one
came out with the
time?
Terminator once. Yep, definitely.
Ron T.
One of my favorites is a sleeper, and she is probably arguably one of the greatest women wrestlers today. It was Athena when she was in WWE as Ember Moon. Just the like the whole production of it. She came on with like the war robe on with the hood.
Yeah.
Just the music was cold. They had the ambiance with the eclipse in the background and all that. I thought her entrance was
Shout
dope.
out
And the
Athena,
music.
man. 800-something days as Ring of Honor Women's Champion. She's shattering records, and people ain't talking about it enough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shout out Athena. I mean, I don't even know why you're looking at me. I don't know. What do you
yeah.
think? What do you think I'm about to say?
Hey, go, wait. I already know what your main answer is. I want to know what your second one is.
There is no second. Out the curtain, lights off, I'm home. Whoa! There is no better one. Cody American Nightmare Rhodes, number one. You know how I do it, man. But anyway.
I thought you were going to say Stardust.
Almost did. In my head, I was going to
Stardust
do
is
it.
number 2.
Stardust was cold though.
Stardust was cold.
In my head, I was going to do it, but I couldn't think of how
My
it
second
went,
one would probably be Jay Cargill, just because it give me the goosebumps and the chill. Just,
Oh, yeah.
And when she do it.
A
She
storm
on
and
a tear
then
right
the
now, so
No, but
you
on
don't
a
get to
serious
get it.
note, Stone Cold. That glass
Cold.
break. Come
Yeah.
on.
My second one was
That's all
actually,
you needed was the glass break.
Right.
Everybody going crazy.
my second was the Wyatt family. Doom, doom,
The debut
With the butterflies?
the debut of the Fiend, that first entrance. Oh my God.
Man. Bray Wyatt had some of the
Did you
best.
just say the butterflies?
I said when he had all the people with the phones out there, the fireflies, butterflies,
No, you
whatever.
said butterflies.
I might say butterflies. But you knew what I was talking about.
Right.
Hey, it don't matter. You knew what I was talking about. When Bray came out,
So speaking of
Dwayne-
intros music, I'm gonna take a little page out of Coach's book from last week. I'm gonna say some entrance music lyrics in a monotone voice. I'm gonna see if you guys can guess which entrance music this is. We're gonna start with this one. Beat 'em up, beat 'em up, break his neck,
Mark
break
Henry.
his neck. No, Mark Henry. All right.
I was laughing because I was waiting to say somebody's gonna get their ass kicked.
Here's another one for you. On this day, it's so real to me. Everything has come to life.
Randy Orton.
Another chance to chase a dream. Another chance to feel. A chance to feel alive.
Oh, Edge.
There we go. I knew when I said that in
Yeah.
part you get it.
I seen his face light up.
I was singing it. I just couldn't think. I was like, wait, that's not
Here's
right.
another one for you. They call you Poppy. They call me Poppy. I roll in the Benz. You riding. Around in a beat up jalopy. Bros want to copy. But this is all just not me. I'm in the club. Stacking them dubs.
Is that Enzo?
Enzo and Cass.
He
Yes,
said
it is.
jalopy. I was like,
Yeah. At first, I thought when I heard
Eddie
you say
Guerrero?
Poppy, I was thinking either Eddie or Alberto Del Rio.
oh, okay.
Here's the last one for you guys. Gonna give them what they came to see. Hear the crowd on their toes. Ready for me to start the show. Out the curtain.
Get out of
Lights
here.
go. I'm home.
I don't know.
Whoa.
I don't know that one.
I don't know.
I don't know who that is.
Cody Rhodes. Put some goddamn respect on him.
Oh,
This is your WWE
Oh, that
champion.
guy. I
You
do
better remember that
I
shit.
remember that guy.
you should have did the second verse. I know the second one.
That's one of the greatest songs ever made.
I know the second
goddammit.
verse. My father said when I was younger, hard times breed better men. I told you. Do that part.
Right. All right. I'm going to play a little game with y'all here. I'm going to run down the alphabet, A to Z, and then y'all work collectively together. Let's see if you can guess or say a wrestler's name that starts with that letter. And then you get 10, if 10 seconds goes by, you lose. Let's start with the letter A.
Alberto
Alberto
Del
Del Rio.
B.
Batista.
C.
Kane. Wait, no, Cena.
Charlotte.
D.
What? Carlito.
Dominic.
E.
Enzo.
Guerrero.
F.
Fandango.
G.
Goldberg.
H.
Hunter
H.
Hearst
Hunter Hearst
Helmsley.
Helmsley.
I.
Icon.
Sting. The Icons thing. I don't know.
10, y'all lost on I. Io Sky, the
Oh.
damn WWE World Women's Champion.
Nobody really know how to spell her
How
name
y'all
until
didn't
they
even,
put it
I
on
thought
the
y'all was
screen.
gonna get to at least Q, something.
Till they put it on the screen, you don't know how to spell it. You just know how to say it.
Who starts with an I?
Oh man, right? Oh man,
I'm trying to think of who else, but is that the only one?
It might be. I can't think of it.
Incognito. I don't know.
another one with an I. I don't know. I got the EO. I don't know.
Shit, I couldn't even think of her.
That's that. Next up, let's talk
That
about.
was disappointing.
I'm like, damn, they didn't even make it.
Let's start from J.
No, that's E. I was going to say Enzo. No, that's E.
Yeah, no, we use them. I yell them out on E.
With WrestleMania just passing, you got Triple H, you got the Natural Disasters, and you got a few other people. And is there somebody in your eyes who hasn't made it to the Hall of Fame who deserves to be in it? Let's start with coach?
Man, I would definitely have to go ahead and jump the gun on this one, man. And let's just put LA Knight in the Hall.
Oh my God! Why did I go to him?
No, we had to let Roman Reigns should definitely be in there.
Already? He ain't even over yet.
But look what he did.
He ain't did nothing.
What?
Get out of here.
It's the resident Roman
Run T,
hater.
can I get a serious answer?
He gonna say Solo. So go. I think right now, definitely the New Day is going to end up in there.
Yeah.
And same thing with the Usos, but
Why you
I
ain't
think
somebody who's out of wrestling who should be in there and is not.
that is out of wrestling. I think it's probably did China make it in?
China did not make it in yet.
And that's one.
That's definitely a great
because
one.
she
You
was.
saying out of wrestling, we're going to say Big E then.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
just
You're
saying.
right. He is out of wrestling. Shout out to Chuck's Booty Hole shirt today, repping Big E. But who you got? Who you think should be in the Hall of Fame?
Me, Kane.
Kane. Ooh,
That's a good one.
that's a damn good one. That's a good one. I'm going
Why
with.
is he not in it? That's crazy.
I don't know. His
Just
brother's
come
in there.
think about that.
I got two. One is, I think Psycho Sid Vicious.
Yeah.
I don't think he had a little run in with Vince McMahon towards the end of his career, and it got a little personal, so maybe that's why. And second is Goldust. I think Goldust 1,000% got that Rhodes blood in him running through his veins. So I definitely think Goldust should definitely be one of them.
Goldust was an innovator.
All right. But that's it for us.
Is AJ Lee in there yet?
AJ Lee is not in
She
there.
should be in there.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I don't know about that.
What?
She ain't really put that much work into being there like that, man. Get out of here.
Seriously?
The Rock consistently was only 8 years or something like that before he started taking breaks, and he's gonna be in it. So
Before we get out of
Are
here,
you
though,
serious?
Chuck,
Yeah.
tell the people what you got going on. Anything new going on in Chuck's world before we get out of here?
4 pieces out. If you ain't got it, you need to get that. The number 4, OE, space, PI. Matter of fact, just tell Siri or Alexa to play Chuck Jordan. It comes up. But other than that, we got merch.
Talk about it.
OCJ, Icon, Abe Memorial, Coach, and the Minx. Plus, the Holy Shit branded Icon. Get them all.
Definitely. Ryan.
Show.
Yeah. Before you go to Ryan, the amount of merch that was at the show, immaculate.
Yes.
Exactly.
Thank you to everybody who came out to the show. We had a damn good time. Appreciate you. Can't wait to the next one. What's going on in your world, Ryan T?
well, I have a album or an EP that's been out for a couple years. It's called Perception of a Man. It's Part A. Perception of a Man, Part A by Ron T. I also have a single called Jealous. Part B is coming soon, and we also have
Jealous is new.
Yeah, Jealous is new. And then we also have a Icon Movement project coming out within the next couple months, and it's called the Afterwork Affair. So me, Dutch Schultz, look out for that as well.
Nice.
Oh, well, since this is already was recorded, I have a new shirt out. I think.
Coach.
Ay. He must have felt something in his loins. Listen.
What is up with you and these loin joints? Stop. No. Pause. No.
Yeah.
God, no.
Y'all know what I got going on, man. Listen, Amazon, we breaking it in half. The first weekend that we dropped, we killed it in numbers. I want to continue that. I want it to grow to like the first part of the page and just break Amazon completely. So go get the book, and those in Pandora's box. You know what I'm saying? I'm a walking promo myself.
You got the shirt on,
walking
the book.
promo myself, man. You got to do stuff that's gonna make people remember you when they remember you.
Right, got the fisherman
You know
hat,
what I'm saying?
man.
They can remember you. My book bag say indulging in Pandora's box. You can type that in. You can type in Deontay Donald and just binge book. You know what I'm saying? Get all the books. I got a couple books on there. And let's go, man. Meet us up and do some signings wherever you at. You got the book, I'm going to sign it. Meet me in the streets. I'm outside all the time. Come holler at me. I'll sign your book. I got books. Let's go.
Yeah.
Rewind that. He is Doctor.
Doctor.
That's a fact.
Doctor.
Deontay.
That's a fact.
Donald.
You know, it was crazy. Chuck said, wait, you a doctor? It's like, yeah.
Right. Who was that who said
The doctor of thugonomics. That's what he is.
Hey, that was Mr. Icon. over
Word
there.
life.
Oh, man. And myself with the playoffs going on, you got my Pistons versus the New York Knicks. If you watch our AEW Dynamite post show, you know I'm from Detroit. My partner, Ball Bro, is from New York. So we are going to be having a live stream of one of the games. If you want to tune into it, click on notification on my ABE from DET page. And me and Ball Bro will be going at it. New York Knicks versus the Detroit Pistons. So check that out. First round of the playoffs.
What did you say? Shuck and jive, chicken thighs, Pistons in 5.
Yes, Pistons in 5.
We already
Pistons in
looking
5.
at round 2, man. Let's go.
Right. But until then, though, it's your boy ABE from DET.
It's your boy Ryan T. the Icon.
I'm still Chuck Jordan.
The OCJ, actually, just in case y'all didn't know.
Right.
And it's me, man, King Coach, man, the #1 relationship coach in the world. Let's go.
In the world, make sure you cop that book. Indulge it in Pandora's box. But until next time, it's been the Holy Shhh Podcast. Peace.